Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 9.13. The chapter which we are related with is labor costing. First thing first is you can see that the picture is little blur and it's difficult for you to see. So what I have done, type this question and you will be using this instead of original question. This is the writing and whatever is written in your question is written over here. It's readable for me as well. Guaranteed hourly rate of the in the company, guaranteed hourly rate in the company. The simple thing is what I have done, I have written in text box, and instead of reading this question from the pic, you will be reading this question through this text. Same is there, and after this text everything is visible clearly downside, and I will help as well. So let's start the question. As you know that we are related with labor cost. Under management costing, there are three major factors: material, labor, and FOH. And in labor, we are associated with two main factors or two main elements with which we calculate our wages. Time rate method, when you will see number of hours worked and will be multiplied with per hour rate. And then we have seen piece rate system, under which what you do, number of pieces worker had made, and you will multiply it with per piece rate, and that's all. These are two major elements with which you can solve any of the question in this chapter, but with a different twist. Sometimes there are economists and management accountants who had introduced their own methodologies, like we have seen Taylor, we have seen Halsey, and we have Rowan in previous questions. We are right now solving question number, I forgot the number. Question number 13. So obviously several questions had already been solved, and you have seen we are majorly dependent upon these two methods. In this question we will be doing the same. Hours worked by the worker, and it would be multiplied with per hour. That's the simplest thing which we are going to do over here. You can see it has been said guaranteed hourly rate is 8. That means per hour rate is given as 8. Are fixed for the month. What is this? A standard output. Standard output for this is standard output. So you can change it. Standard output is fixed. Let's read it down if the same proportion is written. Okay, look at here, standard output. The word was missed. I have edited now. Okay, read it again. Standard output is fixed for the month is 2000 units. Okay, they are given a target to complete the 2000 units. It would show obviously 100% efficiency if somebody had produced 2000 number of units, which was your target. Guaranteed, again spelling, guaranteed hourly rate is paid without premium or bonus to those workers who show up to 80% of efficiency. It means though if someone had produced 2000 number of units and beyond that somebody had produced number of units more than that of 2000, he would be given bonus. And there is little ease for the workers if somebody had achieved 80% of the targeted units. Even then he would be considered good. Above 80%, a bonus of 1% for 1% increase in efficiency. This what would we understand in the question. It is said if somebody had completed his job 80% of the targeted units, no bonus. And if worker had produced number of units more than 2000, we will give 1% of pay, extra 1% of pay for 1% increase in efficiency. Now you can see that there are several workers present over here and they have worked 200 hours each. And look at that, the difference. First worker had produced 1000 units and last worker has produced 2400 units. So everybody had worked differently. Okay, now we will design our solution. As in previous question, I had requested you that everybody is very open to solve question according to his or her own choice. So it doesn't matter you are following my design, you can redesign it according to your choice and make your work able node according to your efficiency. Okay, first what I will do, there are A, B, C, D, E, 5 workers. So I will mention over here number of workers, small space is needed. And what I will do here, the first thing first, workers, worker A, B, C, D, E, 3 to 5. Okay, yes. And hours they have worked hours. That is 200, and this 200 is similar for everyone. So here 200 hours. All right. Now we will see what is important for us. 2000 number of unit is fixed and 80% efficiency shown. So here 80% efficiency should be mentioned. So 2000 are total number of units, and you will calculate its 80%, 80 divided by 100. So this way you will calculate 80% of efficiency. We will write over here 2000 number of units multiplied by 80 and divided by 100. Since for everyone this category would be similar, and you will write down 80% efficiency everywhere. Worked hours are these, and unit produced are mentioned in your question. These are units produced. Little more space is needed. So we'll see what worker A had done. A, B, C, D. A had produced 1000 number of units. This data is so important because without it you will not be able to solve correctly your answer. 1800, 2000, 1800, 2000, 2200, 2400. I have just seen that there was a difference of 200 for remaining number of units. Now here you can decide who had worked according to efficiency and who had worked more or less than efficiency. Target was here 80% of efficiency was 1600 units. These are units and we have written directly. Okay. Number of units you can mention over here. And how many number of unit produced by each worker? 1000. So decide whether the worker A is efficient or he is not efficient. How you would decide? Has he achieved 80%? You will say no, he is not efficient since his working is less than 1600. Worker 2, has he achieved his efficiency? You will say yes. How many number of unit extra has been made? You will mention over here extra hours, extra units it's actually. So you will put extra units. Number B, he had produced 1800 units while he was required to achieve 80% target, that was 1600. So extra units how many? 1800 minus 1600. This way you will calculate extra units of each worker. Now third worker produced 2000 units while target was to produce 1600 only. So extra unit 400. D worker had produced 2200 units. Target was to produce only 600. So he had produced 600 extra unit. E worker had produced 2400 while target was only 1600. So he had produced extra units of 800. Now you will calculate the percentage, how much percentage of extra units is. What you will do, units produced, and it would be divided by your total number of units, means efficient units. I'm just looking forward for the space, efficient units. This way you can get your percentage. Okay, first, nothing to worry about because he had not produced extra units. Second, we have 200 units. Month of September, 2000 units is presenting 100% efficiency. So first person had produced extra units. So guys, we will calculate the percentage. We have 200 extra units and total units were 2000. Standard output is fixed 2000 number of units. So you can calculate the percentage. How? You will see 200 divided by 2000 and you will be multiplying it with 100 to get the percentage. So this is the way with which you can calculate the percentage. So please understand, 200 extra unit, total targeted unit were 2000. Just like you calculate the percentage of obtained marks, 200 obtained, total marks 2000 multiplied by 100. In similar way you will calculate this percentage. So let's see how much percent worker B had produced extra unit. So this is 10%. And similarly, you will calculate the same for third worker, 400 extra, 2000 standard, and you need to multiply it with 100. In this way, you calculate percentage for the second. Now for third, 600 units he had produced extra, 2000 was your target, and you need to multiply it with 100. So you have got third percentage. For fourth percentage, 800 units have been made extra and total units were 2000. Multiply it with 100. What is this? We don't need it. Go away. Multiply it with 100. You have got your extra percentage. Please keep it in mind. This is percentage. This is not the value of anything. We have just written extra percentage. Why we have written? Go back to the question. Bonus 1% for 1% increase in efficiency. This is increase in efficiency. These workers had produced 10% extra, 20% extra, 30% extra units. Now you will calculate amount of bonus as well. How you would calculate? But before that you need to get your normal wages as well. So we will calculate bonus in the next column. Here you will calculate their normal wages. How you will calculate? For that, your first part is enough for us to understand. Guaranteed hourly rate is 8 per hour. As you know that we have 200 hours they have worked. Please be focused. 200 hours they have worked and you need to multiply it with per hour. Like I have earlier mentioned, we are from right or left, from direct or indirect, we are associated with these formulas. Time rate method is hours multiplied by per hour. And here you are calculating hours they have worked 200 and per hour 8 is given in your question. So you have done the same thing. Alright, so I would like to write these amounts as well. So let it put little more downside here. How have you calculated your normal wages? Hours multiplied by per hour. So 1600 wages for everyone, as you can see, 200 for A, B, C, D, E. All workers have worked with the same number of hours and per hour rate is also same. So what you will expect the normal wages for remaining number of units, that would be same 1600 as well. So in this way, your normal wages are calculated. Please now focus is needed. 10%, 20%, this is extra. So each percentage will give each percentage increase. Here you can see bonus of 1% for every 1%. If 1% for 1% means 10% would be calculated as 10%. First is 0, no bonus would be calculated over here. For second, now here you will learn how to calculate the bonus. As it was mentioned, for 1% increase, 1% amount extra would be paid. Since it is 10%, we will calculate 10%. His original salary is original wages is 1600, and you will give him 10% extra amount. For 1% efficiency, 1% bonus. For 10% efficiency, 10% bonus. For 20% efficiency, 20% bonus. So now you have understood. I'm very hopeful. So amount of bonus is 160. Since worker C had produced 20% extra, normal wages were 1600 and you need to calculate 20% extra bonus. Understood? For 1%, 1% bonus, 1% increase, 1% bonus. Here he had increased 10% production, so 10% bonus. Worker C 20% extra production, so 20% would be given as bonus. In the similar way, you will give bonus to second last worker 30%. 1600 was the original amount of wage, and you will calculate 30%. And this would be the amount of bonus for A, B, C, D worker. And now for E worker, 1600 was the original amount and you need to give him 40% extra bonus. So here we have normal wages and bonus. Now we can calculate our total wages. How would you calculate total wages? Normal wages plus amount of bonus. Here you can write here normal wages plus amount of bonus. So normal wage is 1600 and you need to add bonus 0. 1600 would be the first answer of total wages. You can see here A 1600 answer, and now you will calculate second person 1600 plus bonus 160 1760, and second person answer is present over here 1760. Third 1600 normal bonus 320, and third answer you can see 1920. Third next 1600 normal wages 480 bonus 2080. Please focus over here 2080 for D, and for E 1600 normal 640 bonus, and you have got 2240 E, wages of E. It means our first part has been completed, and you can see review the answers. First 1600, you have 1600, second 760, 760, third 120, 1920, 1920, next 2080 and 2240. So 2240. First part has been completed. Come over here and see what B part was saying. Effective hourly rate in case of each worker. So we will calculate hourly rate. For that we need two columns, and since Excel is easy for me, I will just hide these headings over here. Hours worked were 200 and their total wages. This is second column which I would need, and I am taking it to the other side, and here you will get total wages. And why it is coming 200? Total wages were 1600. So I will try it to paste according to numbers if it is coming. No, it's not coming. Let me copy again. and we are going to write over here. I was just trying to save the time. Why paste option is not coming over here? Okay, we'll have to write it down. First wages were 1600, then okay, second wages we will write over here 1600, 1760, 1920, 2080 and 2240. Okay, we will now pick these headings, these total wages, and we'll write over the other side. Okay, we have got it. The formula was written over there, that is why it was not being copied. Now read the question again. Effective hourly rate in case of each worker. Hourly rate. 200 hours they have worked and total amount they have made is 1600. So in this way you will be able to calculate your hourly rate. How you will calculate? 1600 is the total amount which they have received as wages and 200 hours they have worked. So what would be the amount for 1 hour? Let me show you what we are doing. Hours and wages are compared. They have worked for 200 hours, received wage of 1600. Since it was required to calculate per hour means 1 hour, how much amount would be paid as wages? Here you will apply your cross multiplication factor. X would be multiplied with 200, we will get 200x and is equal to 1600 would be multiplied with 1, that would be 1600 as well. And now next step, 200 is multiplied over here, you want to take it to the right side. 1600 is already present on right side. When you will take 200 to the opposite side, it would be divided, and on left side you will have x only. Finally you can get your answer 1600 divided by 200. So you have got your 8 per hour. So same procedure we will do for every other worker as well, per hour, which was required in the question. But we have done 1600 divided by 200. So you are going to divide your total wages upon works hours worked. 1600 divided by 200. First per hour is 8. Similarly, second worker 760 divided by 200. For every worker, we do not need to write down unitary method. We were just willing to know whether to divide or multiply. With this factor, we are now confirmed that total wages will be divided by working hours. For C worker, 1920 was the amount of wages, 200 working hours. So per hour 9.6, and here let me show you. First worker 8, second worker 8.8. First worker 8, second worker 8.8, and next worker is 9.6. 9.6 in the similar way. A, B, C, D worker 2080 and 200 number of unit. E worker 2250 and number of hours 200. In this way you have calculated per hour for D and E 10.4, 11.2. 10.4, 11.2. In this way all answers are viewed again. Here you have your first answers. Total wages you have calculated. We are going to mark it as it has been done. 16, 17, 1920, 16, 17, 1920, 2080, 2240, 2080, 2240, and second answers we have recently calculated. We are going to mark them as well, completed as completed answers. So these answers were also reviewed. 8, 8, 8.8, look at here, 9.6, 10.4, 9.6, 10.4, 11.2 last answer, 11.2 last answer. So in this way we have reviewed all 3 to 5, 10 answers are reviewed. Hopefully you people have understood, though question was very short, but it was really interesting. Every worker had worked for the same hours, but their payment is different. Worker A had got the least payment, worker E worker had got the maximum. Why? Every worker had worked the same hours. Why they are getting different amount of wages? Because the unit produced by them are different. A had produced least number of units and E worker had produced maximum number of units. That is why A is receiving less and B is receiving higher amount of wages. This is your per hour, which you have calculated by dividing total wages to worked hours. So in this way, our question number, again question number was, let me see, it is behind. Question number was 13, I think. Yes, question number 9.13 has been completed. Surely we will be meeting for the solution of any other question. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I'm requesting you to pray for me as well. For the time being, just revise this question for 4 to 5 times at least. No matter if you understood the question, even then revise it for 4 to 5 times. And with reviewing this question 4 to 5 times or revising it, if you have any question, any query or regarding the solution of this question, you are very open to ask your queries through messages, text, or directly meet, and very open, or don't hesitate to share your question. I will surely be available instantly to answer those queries. After question number 13, it's time. 9.13 has been ended. Time for this question is going to be ended. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.